The North Vietnamese have turned down the latest South Vietnamese proposals on elections, but of course haven't come up with anything new on their part. Allied sources indicate nothing much can be expected to happen in Paris until after President Nixon's forthcoming Asian trip.
"50 years ago, most of Vietnam was ruined and war-torn. So how did it become an economic powerhouse in Southeast Asia?
Globalisation has meant that Vietnam can export their goods much easier. Therefore, their exports have increased. In fact, sales of precious metals have increased by 714.6% from last year. Their top exports include footwear, electronics, clothing, fish and leather. These are high-demand goods in other countries. As a result of increased exports, the government has collected more tax revenue, which has increased government spending. This would be used to make the standard of living better for the Vietnamese people.
From 1993 through to 2004, Vietnam received $29 billion from official development assistance, whereas from 2006 to 2010, Vietnam received $14 billion from the ODA. This clearly shows how globalization has meant that the Vietnamese government has needed less aid, and so donors to the ODA can use that money on their own economies or on helping lesser developed economies grow.
In the meantime, the Vietnamese government have solved a problem that, for a long time, has leached off of globalization.
We have thousands of foreign investment enterprise declare losses and contribute no tax revenue to the government for the dozen years, for example. From the reality, we think that it's not fair.
Đồng Nai là một trong những tỉnh có rất nhiều khu công nghiệp. Cái ngành hiện nay chủ yếu nhất ở Đồng Nai mà mang lại cái số lượng mà công nhân đông nhất là các ngành giày da và may mặc. Các công ty lớn thì họ có đội ngũ chuyên gia rất giỏi và họ rất giỏi trong việc gọi là tránh thuế.
With help from the World Bank, Vietnam passed a decree to make holding businesses to account easier for the government. More audits were carried out, and this brought in an additional $110 million in revenue in 2013, and an extra $40 million in 2014.
This reform, we believe that it will bring more revenue to the government. It will make our society more fair and fair competition among business people, and with the increased revenue sources, the government have the domestic resources to finance for development.